Which department would you join? The DOGE department or the Space Force?
Space Force, man. That's easy.
That's an easy. Dude, our friend Elon is all over the place, man.
This guy, he does not sleep. What's up with him?
5 things that Elon has been on the news lately. 1, the DOGE, right? The Department of Government Efficiency. 2, a meme. Do you remember that meme from kind of like they let it sink in when he purchased Twitter? Well, there is a meme picture in the White House. 3rd, freaking Joe Rogan claims that Elon Musk had an app that he knew the results of the elections before, like it was declared 4 hours before.
So as the results were coming in, 4 hours before they called it, Dana White told me Elon was like, "I'm leaving. It's over. Donald won." He just fucking left.
Then 4, he literally yesterday he joined the meeting with Zelensky and Trump to try, I guess, to stop the war. And finally, like today in the morning, basically rumors that on November 7th that I was about to buy 4, which it seemed to be fake. But man, what is all this? It's just freaking Elon news.
Yeah, there's just another day in Elon's world, I think. It's pretty interesting. But, let's jump into this Doge. Like, I think when people hear Doge, they think about the cryptocurrency, right? But this is not the same Doge that...
Dude, it's just freaking troll. Like, right? It's literally probably the reason why he chose that name. He just, Department of Government Efficiency.
He does love irony. He's always said that, right? I think he wants to instill Doge as the currency for the U.S. government.
At least on efficiency, for sure. So, look, I have mixed emotions here, right? The way that he treated some of the companies is tough. It is very tough, right? I saw it firsthand. But also, if you see all of the progress that he has made, you can go in either side, right? You can go in a side where it's like, oh man, this guy is cruel. Or you can go in the other side. No, Elon is awesome because he's like helping humanity, right? And building all of these advances. So again, I don't want to go into the moral part of the conversation, but everybody doesn't like bureaucracy, right? So I think that, and maybe he'll add maybe some more technology there to make it efficient, right? AI, maybe some Tesla robots instead of the people in some of the positions there, right? So what is your thinking?
Well, okay, so obviously for those that haven't heard of it and have only heard of the currency, right? Department of Government Efficiency is this new thing that Elon and Trump have come up with so that they can, like you said, cut through the red tape and cut through the bureaucracy and perhaps make a lot of the areas within the government a little bit more efficient in hopes, I guess, of saving money. I think that's probably it. We've always talked about here on the podcast how, there's a lot of stuff going on with the economy, and that that we're not doing too great in that department. So anything that we can do in terms of efficiency with the government could work. So I think it's pretty interesting that they tapped Trump, that Trump tapped Elon to take this on. This would be a pretty interesting thing. Not exactly sure what he's going to start with first, but if I had to guess, it probably has to do with some of the things that impact Elon's businesses, right? So might make some of those things a little bit easier for him to do work here in the U.S.
We'll see how it turns out. Right now, to be honest, I'm glad that the elections are over, right? It's like you see all of these like tension between even families, like some people are blue, some people are red, or like, and like I'm glad that it's over.
Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth, and obviously the elections are very, very big news that happened this week. So, but we're going to talk a little bit more. So some of the things that we've got to look ahead. So Doge is one of these things. But did you happen to see this that that tweet that did go around with with Elon Musk bringing in the sync, just like when he brought Twitter and he dropped the sync, let that sink in into the Twitter headquarters.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
been making the rounds right now on the internet with the White House. I wonder if he's going to get the corner office over there.
I doubt it though. But there is some moves that he's doing right behind the scenes too, and he's getting political, very political. Um, what do you think that is like? Why do you think that is because it's affecting his business too much? That maybe it's like, well, as might as well. It's kind of stopping me, kind of blocking me. As might as well just get political in some the way he can wait onto that. Like, what's your thinking there?
Uh, More than likely, yes. I that's kind of my initial thoughts. Is like, okay, he sees an opening to try and maybe manipulate or
Mm.
influence government heavily.
Wink, wink, influence.
Yeah, influence. And so here's the thing, though. I think we've always talked about, or I think it's always been said that they want to get corporate influences out of the government, but here you're kind of doing the opposite. So this will be very, very interesting. Like, can they really straddle this line and kind of keep those corporate influences out and do what's best for the people rather than what's best for business? This is going to be an interesting thing to see. And Elon's right in the middle of it. He loves to be in the news, and certainly this will make sure that he stays in the news for a while.
For sure. I think that tell me what other CEO of a company is like in all of these, right? Like it's also to be able to stop a war, right? Like in the case of being invited with Zelensky and Trump. Remember that Trump in some of the interviews he said that he will just literally even he will become a president, he will stop the war, right? So I'm
I will
thinking.
stop the war in 48 hours.
So I think that maybe what happens is maybe some resources. Ukraine has lithium, right? So it has some deposits of lithium. Maybe that's something that they might cut a deal. It's like, hey, if you just sell this lithium to Tesla, and then we all just make money, America makes money, and you paid some tariffs to Russia, whatever, right? Whatever is the deal. But I feel that maybe that's the reason why he's getting involved. But it's like too close, man. Like, not sure if you saw one of the rallies from Trump's. Like Elon was like living it, like with his hands up, like the energy like pumping through his blood. You can tell that he's just loving it.
I mean, yeah, I saw those headlines, man. He liked the spotlight, that's for sure. I think but we've already known that. So pretty interesting. It got his blood pumping. We'll see what it actually does. I mean, he's he knows how to negotiate deals. Hopefully, he can do it on this bigger stage with everybody watching, and hopefully, things get better. Because right now, there's all this war and stuff going on. Maybe if they can figure out a way together to kind of make it all, everybody be happy and go on their way. Well, that would be a win-win, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, Elon, from people throwing rocks at him and now throwing him and chanting his name. He has come across, come a long way.
Well, you're always, when you get to that level, you're always going to have both promoters and detractors,
Sure.
right? So he'll probably still get rocks thrown at him, but at least some folks are still chanting his name.
I mean, yeah, he needs to up his security team, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, I think that he's gonna be the first trillionaire. I mean, I can see it like easily, right? He's in
Yeah.
200 mils, but with
If Sailor
Tesla,
doesn't beat him.
that's true too, right? So it's like
Mhm.
but most of the money is for MicroStrategy. Well, he owns a good portion of
Yeah.
MicroStrategy. We'll see.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, they're neck and neck. You can see kind of the both of them getting there. So it's pretty interesting. Sailor's taking a little bit less hands-off approach. And he's doing it kind of just monetarily and trusting the math and the science that eventually is going to get there, versus
But
Elon is just getting his hands in
both,
everything.
yeah, though, but both are getting political, if you notice. Sailor is just hitting like in the SEC, the fintech and regulations and the options and all of that, right? So, and Elon is kind of the other way. So it's very tough because we are entrepreneurs by heart, and governments are here to kind of help to make sure that the rules are fair, to be able to kind of help to regulate, basically, that's the word, right? And to govern. So it's tough, right? Because and again, you can see from different perspectives, right? We are, I guess, technocrats that we like technology and all of that, right? So, but it's just interesting that now you see waves of different politicians where, in some point, they were lawyers, right? Most of the presidents and senators and all of that, they were lawyers. Then there was a time that was almost like doctors, right? Like you start seeing a lot of like PhDs and even like MDs too. And I feel that now is kind of the wave of engineers slash techies. You start seeing it with freaking Mark Cuban too, trying to get into politics. He's also a techie, right? And it will not surprise me that freaking Mark Zuckerberg suck.
The suck.
The reptilian suck. He became a Chad, man. So it's like
got that
like,
gold chain going on.
The gold chain and the hair, like. Anyways, I think that he's preparing as well to have a ramp up to be political too. So I see that wave on all of these tech billionaires maybe getting into politics.
Yeah, technology's pervasive, right? And so government has always been seen kind of as a laggard in a lot of areas, right? So technology is going to hit them last, or adoption will hit them last. So I think it'll be good to see maybe some of the technology now becoming creeping in, making things more efficient, making things go faster, or making things easier. There's going to be some opportunities there for sure. So I don't think it's going to be difficult to improve things for the new DOGE, the new DOGE office, the Department of Government Efficiency, because there's probably going to be some low hanging fruit there for him to kind of try and do, right? So I think there's ways to probably lower costs, hopefully without having to like fire people and things like that, or just make them more productive.
Which department would you join? The DOGE department or the Space Force?
Space Force, man, that's easy.
That's an easy. Dude, I actually tried to check, like, okay, what it would take me to join a Space Force. They will not approve me, though. I'm too old. I'm too old.
Yeah, I already looked. I looked into the CIA and stuff like that. It's like, no, there's age limits. They don't want old fogies out there doing work.
That's like bad. Like, I have a lot of experience. Like, I want a uniform.
Like, oh, my back hurts. Oh, I can't go on the mission.
Your back. My back is good, man. All right, man. I think that we have a good one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good here. I think for those of y'all, if y'all enjoyed the content today, just remember to like, subscribe, and comment. We love to hear from y'all. I'll do my plug also for our all-time high videos. Go check them out. And I also want to mention that we've got a new channel sponsor, CT Mods. They are having an early Black Friday sale where if you've got a Cybertruck, they also do things for some of the other Teslas. But if you got a Cybertruck, you can get up to 30% off on some of those things. We're trying to see what we can get in here so we can show you some of their stuff. But go check them out. Our code is MEX22. I think we'll get like a 5% cut or something like that. So every bit helps to support the channel. But I think that's all we've got for today. Dale.